Hey everyone, and welcome to today's Explainer. So when we talk about an epic that has literally shaped millions of lives over millennia, yes, the Ramayana, we almost always focus on just one half of its geography, right? But today, we're going to unpack the sacred and honestly often overlooked roots of its central protagonist, Devi Sita.
I mean, we all know Ayodhya, for sure. It gets the historical spotlight, the global recognition as the birthplace of Lord Rama. But where does the other half of the Ramayana actually begin? If this epic is all about that cosmic balance between Rama and Sita, where is Devi Sita's geographical anchor? It kind of challenges our traditional focus, doesn't it? Well, the answer lies in an absolutely incredible place in present-day Bihar.
Okay, let's dive right into this roadmap. First, we'll look at the parallel spiritual heart, then the manifestation from the earth, and the Mithila cultural legacy. After that, we'll cover Sita as a symbol of resilience and wrap up with the modern and historical context.
Starting us off with Section 1, the parallel spiritual heart and the origin of Devi Sita.
The place we're zooming in on is Sitamarhi. It's located in the Mithila region of present-day Bihar, and its sanctity is completely parallel to Ayodhya. While Ayodhya gets all the glory for Lord Rama, Sitamarhi is, without a doubt, the absolute spiritual heart of what we can call the Sita-centered narrative of the Ramayana. As the birthplace of Devi Sita, who, of course, is an incarnation of goddess Lakshmi, this town is the foundational starting point for her entire journey.
And, our source material establishes this foundational history right out of the gate. They explicitly name Sitamarhi as this parallel center of sanctity. So we're not just talking about some minor detour in the epic here. No way! We are talking about a location that holds equal narrative and spiritual weight.
And this brilliantly illustrates a crucial contrast right at the heart of the Ramayana. Think about it. On one side, you have Ayodhya. That represents the royal solar lineage. It's tied to the sky, to kingship, to structure. But on the other side, balancing the whole thing out, you've got Sitamarhi. It represents this incredibly organic, profoundly earthly connection. It is the grounding force of nature itself.
You can actually see this earthly connection in the town's name. Let's break the etymology down real quick. Sitamarhi comes from Sita, obviously, and Marhi, which translates to a shrine or a hut. So the name of the town literally signifies the exact sacred spot where the earth itself gave birth to the princess of Mithila. The local language is just directly woven into the sacred geography.
Moving right along to Section 2, Manifestation from the Earth, and the story of Punar Dam.
So how exactly did this birth happen? Well, according to the Valmiki Ramayana and the Puranas, King Janaka of the Videha kingdom was performing a massive sacrificial ritual to end a devastating drought. Picture this in your head. The king himself is doing the halakarshana, the ritual plowing of the field. And as he's working this bone-dry soil, the blade of his golden plow, which is historically called the Sita, strikes a solid copper urn hidden deep in the dirt. He opens it up, and inside is a radiant infant girl. He adopts her right then and there, and suddenly the drought breaks. It's this magical, incredibly cinematic discovery right there in the dirt of Sitamarhi.
And because of this specific event at Punar Dam, Sita is culturally defined as Bhumija, which translates to daughter of the earth. Now, this isn't just some fun symbolic title. It is a culturally transformational identity. It reinforces that Sitamarhi is the physical manifestation of the divine connecting with the soil. I mean, she literally springs from the ground they walk on.
What's amazing is that the geography of Sitamarhi still bears the marks of this today. Take Janaki Kund, for example. This is the exact sacred spot where the infant Sita was believed to be bathed right after they found her. It's wild to think this isn't just a story. It's a physical place pilgrims and historians visit right now. It acts as a primary geographical anchor, setting up the entire stage for all the events before her famous Swayamvara.
Let's move to Section 3, the Mithila cultural legacy, looking at art, debate, and hospitality.
Now, what's really interesting about this is that Sitamarhi didn't just birth a key person. It birthed an entire cultural backdrop. The surrounding Mithila region heavily shaped the epic's Balakanda, the chapter of childhood and youth. This area was legendary for its vibrant art, like Madhubani painting. It was a famous hub for intense intellectual debate, and above all, it was renowned for the deep-rooted hospitality of King Janaka's court. These very regional traditions are what tested, challenged, and finally welcomed the young princes of Ayodhya. And these traits, they aren't just mythical fluff. Our historical documents confirm that the traditions of art, debate, and hospitality that characterize the legendary meeting of Rama and Sita
are firmly rooted right there in the soil of Sitamarhi. It's a unique place where fierce intellectual rigor met unbelievable warmth.
Okay, on to Section 4, a symbol of resilience and the conceptual root of Sita.
Ultimately, Sitamarhi's biggest contribution to the narrative is giving us a character defined by immense resilience, profound patience, and unwavering purity. Just think about her whole character arc for a second. She is born of the earth in Sitamarhi, and at the very end of the epic, what does she do? She chooses to return to the earth. Sitamarhi isn't just a dot on a map. It's the conceptual root of her entire earthly journey and her ultimate destiny. Her strength literally is the strength of the earth itself.
Which brings us to our final section, Section 5, Modern and Historical Context and Preserving the Legacy.
Let's see how this builds all the way to our present day. Historically, way before the narrative even crystallized, this region was part of the Videha kingdom, a massive center of Vedic learning, where King Janaka is actually mentioned in the ancient Upanishads. Then you've got the epic era, defined by the legendary discovery of Sita. And incredibly, this timeline stretches right into the 21st century with its inclusion in the modern Ramayana circuit.
And this is exactly why it matters today. The government of India has officially included Sitamarhi in the Ramayana Circuit tourism project. They are actively reconstructing and preserving sites like Punar Dam. It's a huge ongoing effort that really underscores how the historical and religious relevance of Sitamarhi is very much alive right now. It hasn't been lost to time, it's being actively celebrated.
So I want to leave you with this final thought to ponder. How does understanding Sita's earthly origins in the soil of Sitamarhi change your perspective on her incredible resilience throughout the epic? When you realize she isn't just a royal princess, but literally the daughter of the earth, how does that reframe the Ramayana for you?